So basically, this week has been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of getting things done. So I basically had a conversation with some folks I'm making a film with, and we had to restart production. Actually, going back to the script writing phase. So to kind of back up, I've been shooting this short film that we've had in development for about three and a half months, and we started filming mid mid March, and after a few days of shooting, we had to pause, and then one thing led to another, and we had to remove an actor from the film, and we basically had to kind of start over from scratch. And so we're taking the downtime we have now to really regroup, change the script up a little bit more, fine tune it a little bit more, change the story a little bit more, tweak it, really get a pre-production right once we, recast, once we have a good script going again. Um, you know, it's tough. you know, it is a heck of a challenge to be filming and then in the middle of that just start reconceiving the project. And so that's basically where we're at right now with our short film. Today I just got out of a coding session. It's actually it's one of those community events that I saw in Mission, and basically, in a nutshell, it focused on mobile app development. I wasn't going to attend it just because it's been a really tiring week. But I figured, you know what, I should. There's a gut feeling in me that I should be there. And so, sure enough, I was there. I was acutely paying attention, taking down notes, responding, doing things. I'm probably going to reteach myself again tomorrow during my lunch break, maybe even Saturday, um, and really do that. It's yeah, I dug it. I really did dig it. I visited the Mission CEED, which is basically a business center for entrepreneurs and technology and all that. I think it's an economic development center. I had heard about it. I just have never had the time to visit it. Made some time tonight. Made it out there to the Valley Technical Academy to sit in on their mobile app session. And so it was a really quick session. I got there a little bit late. I had to come home. I had to come home from work, then get out over there, but I started that on time. I was able to do a little bit of that thing, developing that little mobile app. Got a kind of a taste. It's really a sampling to the community to try this out, and it's the first workshop, hopefully, of many. I was really intrigued. I was really fascinated by the amount of work that goes into coding. I have like 100 million ideas in my head, and I just sat there asking question after question after question to one of the working professionals out of that technical academy. And I've got to really say that, I asked, hey, you all doing bilingual stuff? Are you all going to be doing, bilingual classes? Are you all going to be focusing on developing the community around coding? Because there is, of course, I believe RGV coding or some that something similar like that. I guess it's called RGV coding, but this one was, I guess, more like a vocational academy. Um, and so, just kind of listening into that, I asked them more questions about what are your plans? Do you plan on opening up like a charter school? I think someone mentioned something along the lines, yeah, we're looking into doing that, expanding to Harlingen. Um, I asked, what are your goals in terms of outreach, right? Are you going to start targeting blue collar folks to really kind of switch to coding since it's really the future? And I asked all these questions, and it was like yes, 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 and yes. So I really did feel that I was on the same page as them. And I've got to tell you, I really want to get in, both in the coding aspect, just so that I can learn the language and be able to develop really quick, innovative projects, and so that I can really communicate to a team of folks that I'm working to get venture capital for my ideas. I have 1,001 ideas. It's been just a powerhouse. I don't know how I've had all these things in my head. I don't know how I've not been able to just really sit down and do this. But now that I'm sort of winding down with my, I guess, terminable degree as an MA, it's something that I've long battled with myself with. I'm going the thesis route, and since I'm not going the thesis route, I decided, what am I going to be doing for the rest of my time? And I've also been thinking about during this week, right, for the summer. Am I going to continue with my job in the summer? Am I going to do it beyond the position of the grant because it's going to dissolve the current position I have at work? And I'm thinking of workshops, and just has been a very creative flow, an entrepreneurial flow, a very just fulfilling artistic flow. And I've talked to a couple of people about ideas. So I'm coming up with one giant idea a day, one good idea a day, one big idea a day. And I'm posting it on Facebook, and I think that that's just meaningful to me. So in addition to the filmmaking, status updates with graphics that I shared through my Filmed by Design page, I'm working to build up an audience there. We're looking at developing my the Right Guys business, where we write code, we write copy, we write creative works, and really launching that as well in some format. So I have all these wonderful ideas, and I need to figure out how to do them. I need to figure out how to get them out there. And so that's part of the deal. That's part of the way that I'm just flowing this week. It's been a real tiring week as well. But I hope to definitely, I'm returning also to transcribing part of an autobiography that I'm working with a gentleman who I haven't been able to meet with in a long time because I've had car problems past month and a half. It's been a crazy ass time, but I'm finally getting in the flow of things. I'm really just dedicated to that. I'm going to be bouncing off the ideas off of my ex-thesis chair, one of the gentlemen in my life that I really just trust his opinion. Haven't met with him in a while, but I plan to now. I'm just going to dig deep because I wholeheartedly want to double down on myself, on my education, on my entrepreneurship, on getting people to go ahead and fulfill their creative endeavors, but myself sponsoring those workshops, really articulating that. I have this idea that has to do with a sort of I guess, theme attraction, and that's something that I'm really focused on as well. I'm flowing. I hope to be able to do a bilingual book for voting, get it out to children, have parents be encouraged to, vote, figuring out all these wonderful opportunities. But it's really, I need to fucking figure out the process that I'm going to be doing when it comes to this idea system. Because if I have an idea, how the hell am I going to follow it through, right? How do I collaborate with a team of individuals that is willing to go ahead and put it out there? I'm not sure about that yet, but I'm writing those down. I'm getting those out. I'm popping those out. And I'm saying, well, Robert, what is it that you really want to do? Do you want to do film? Do you want to do entrepreneurship? Do you want to go and do XYZ educational? Because I do have an idea for a charter school, right? I do have an idea for an online course. I do, all these wonderful ideas. But how do you develop a mechanism to where you go from your idea to the paper, to someone else, to getting people involved in doing it? Because that's the hard part. I'm figuring that out. And that's a question I hadn't thought of until right now. Just talking through it. It's been, I've got to give my credit I've got to give credit to Knives. I've got to give credit to Johnny. I've got to give credit to Aaron. I've got to give credit to Jose, to Cynthia, all these really wonderful people in my life that are just bouncing ideas. I'm able to sort of just kind of talk at them, and then they kind of reverberate back, and then I get better ideas. And it's just so wonderful, this collaborative process. I have a vision for stuff, and I'm able to kind of filter those type of ideas and reciprocate and build. And so that's something that I've got to figure out, and I'm going to see if I can figure that out, before summer. Figure out, okay, how can I sponsor that? How can I get this stuff out there? And that's my before summer challenge. This coming week's challenge is right, just focusing how am I going to redo production with this other folks. How am I going to go ahead and calibrate myself to get these ideas out there? How am I going to prepare myself for summer? All those wonderful ideas I'm going to have to figure out. It's a good problem to have. I have so many ideas. I'm going to double down on myself, like I mentioned before. I really trust myself. I'm not sure whether I'm going to, maybe leave my job. I might. I don't know. I might have to leave anyways because my position is dissolving. I don't think that I'm going to be teaching. I don't think that I'm going to be jobless either. I'm definitely going to be doing some sort of entrepreneurial stuff if I have to get a part-time job to facilitate my goals, my strategy. I really need to ramp it up. And so I'm sort of kind of concerned about that, but not really. I've got to just figure out, okay, Robert, this is what you're going to do. Maybe instead of filming a movie or filming shorts, if I can build myself around there, maybe. I don't know. I need to figure it out. I've got to spend some time thinking about my summer future and the near future and figuring out what am I going to do from here. Because I've got so many damn ideas and they're all flowing out and I've had them in me for a while and I'm taking, you know what? I'm anxious. I'm ambitious. I want to get it going. So if you have any ideas, any suggestions, of any strategy to like eke this out from my brain, put it on paper, get it to folks, encourage folks to follow up with it, get them going, get them going, get them going. I'd appreciate that. But that's what I've got going on this week. We'll check in next week on the Press Play Network. I want to double down on this channel at some point. I've been recording every day different videos. I haven't posted them up, but I'm practicing. I'm getting those down, figuring those out. So that's where we're at. See you next week. Bye.